up there, SEO pros? Welcome back to part 14 on the How to Get SEO Client series. If you haven't watched the previous videos, make sure you head to the link in the description and watch all the other videos, as well as get the notes and the assignments so you can follow along with these videos. So for today, we're covering how to get SEO clients, how to sell to SEO clients. And I'm going to be telling you how I personally go out and sell to clients. So the first thing I do when anybody contacts me, and I'm not talking about actually trying to sell to clients who I'm going to be actually like cold outreaching to. I'm talking about people who contact me. The first thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be asking them, one, what sort of SEO they've done so far? Two, what are they expecting from the SEO that we're going to be doing? And then three, would they be interested in getting an audit? Because that's the first thing I recommend to anybody who's going to be contacting me. So generally the outline is that, people then say, oh, well, I've had some SEO in the past, or I know a little bit about SEO, or no, I don't know anything about SEO. And, I've invested maybe a little bit of money, or I haven't. Whatever they're saying, it doesn't really matter. The point is that I'm trying to get them interested in the audit, because the audit is taking them from the free step of them contacting me or watching my videos or whatever it is to the, lowest barrier to entry. My lowest barrier to entry is my audit. I'm not going to just bring them into a $1,200 SEO package for a couple reasons. One, I need to figure out what's going on with their site. Is there anything that we need to fix right away before we just go do on page or something that they might want to buy? But two, by having an understanding of what's going on with their website, it makes a lot easier for me to actually sell my services than if I were just to be recommending things that I'm not really even sure whether or not they need. So most of the time people will get the audit. The way I build that out, or the way I tell them, is I'll say, go to my website, or I'll send them a link. If your website is above 500 pages indexed, or I'll just look it up for them right there. I'll say, what's your URL? They'll say, okay, it's this website. I'll do site:/chaserunner.com or whatever their URL is. If this is above 500 results, I'm going to charge more than $250. I'll probably charge like $500, and I'll show you my different pricings on my website. Let me just type in Chase Reiner SEO audit. So, whoops. Here it is. And you guys can go, I'll add this link in the notes here. But these are all the things that I fix, and this is within the roadmap template. If you guys haven't seen how I do the audits or where to get the roadmap template, make sure you go back to video 4 in this series so you can see how it's done. And then this is all the different pricing. So I usually do about 2-hour session for 5,000 pages indexed. Anything over 5,000 pages, if it's 20,000, it'll be like around 3 to 4 hours. I probably won't do all of that, with that person in that session. I'll probably do it, maybe an hour with them and then like 3 hours off the screen. But, it comes with a video recording. What I tell them is, it's going to be a detailed report of all the different things included in here. Like, we look at your content issues, we look at indexation, like Google Analytics, site architecture, schema markup, page speed, Google My Business if you have it, site-wide on-page issues, and so on and so on. So by just saying all that stuff and saying, hey, look, this is what I'd recommend, getting the audit, and already if I look at your site, there's a few things that I could fix, which it's really easy. One of the first things that you could look at is what's actually being indexed. If you type in site:, let's just take any website. Let's type in lawyers, Santa Barbara. Grab this person, do site:, name of site. So blog 2015, boom. I wouldn't recommend that you index blogs based on date. I would recommend you do it based on category. So, that already is like, okay, maybe we could fix that. Or say, hey, look, you're indexing both dates and categories. Let's try to get rid of one. So you could just start naming off a few things that you see wrong with the site, and that alone will prompt people to say, oh, well, maybe I should get a deeper look at what's going on with the site, because he's already finding things. So here's the outline. What you're going to do is step 1, do the lead generation, and if you can't do lead generation, obviously what you're going to do is follow the previous videos in the series. Also, the outline is going to be a little bit different if you're going to be doing cold calling or if you're going to be doing, you know, direct outreach. So maybe we'll do a different sales-based on that, sales-based tutorial on that. But for this one, we're going to be just mainly talking about, you know, people who've contacted you, who've already heard about your services, right? So do lead generation. 2, what you're going to do is once you get somebody contacting you, you're going to say, you know, first thing I recommend, tell them that you recommend an SEO audit after you ask them what their goals are and what they've already currently done for the site. Then what you're going to do is you're going to tell them your pricing. And you may want to do the audit for free. That's up to you. I do the pricing, like I would at least charge like $50 or something, so you can take them from the free step to the paid step, because you want to bring them up the ladder to a more to a higher barrier to entry. If it's just free all the way and then you just charge them $1,200, it's going to seem odd to them. So you want to take them out of the free mindset into the paid mindset. So tell them your pricing for the roadmap and why it's important, as well as perhaps find a few quick things wrong with their website. And I also forgot to put on part 2. Follow part 4 if you're, part 4 of this series, if you're unsure how the roadmap works. You tell them your pricing, and then boom, close them on the audit. Get them scheduled, or get them scheduled for an audit. And at that point, you're going to be selling your roadmap implementations. So for the actual selling SEO services, and not just selling the first barrier to entry, we're going to have another additional part for that. So, and watch part 14. I think it's 14 or 15. Let me see. I already forgot what we're at. How to get SEO clients. So then you're going to watch part 15 on selling services afterwards. Which is going to be a little bit different, because then at that point it's going to be a different conversation than just selling the roadmap. The roadmap should be the easy part. Selling the service is a little bit more tricky. But once you get the roadmap in, you're gonna have a really high chance of actually being able to sell your service, versus somebody calling you and you just straight trying to sell the SEO service. So I'll see you guys in part 15. Until I do, happy SEOing.